Nike is redefining the landscape of women's basketball, and at the heart of it is Caitlin Clark. Inside their Beaverton headquarters, she isn't just another athlete, she's a phenomenon. Her face covers the walls, and her logo dominates every corner. Executives halt everything the moment she steps in. The 2026 signature shoe design for her is already in the works. After games, Caitlin signs her game-worn sneakers and gifts them to fans like Nora. Rumors suggest this design is unlike anything Nike has ever created. But the real question is, why is Nike placing everything on her while other former stars quietly fade from campaigns and shelves? This story isn't just about shoes, it's about influence, strategy, and one player transforming the business of sports entirely. Walking through Nike headquarters in Beaverton, Oregon, used to feel like stepping into a temple honoring athletic greatness. Michael Jordan's legacy, LeBron James' empire, the icons of history immortalized everywhere. Now, something has changed. Today, entering the facility is like stepping into Caitlin Clark's personal kingdom. The transformation is complete. Her interlocking CC logo covers every space, and her From Anywhere campaign dominates building exteriors. Security now wears Clark jerseys instead of standard Nike uniforms. Break rooms loop her highlight reels endlessly. Boardrooms that once displayed conventional marketing now showcase her stats and performance data. Even the parking garage features massive murals celebrating her accomplishments. Nike has given Clark something no WNBA player has ever had: full creative control over the headquarters experience. She doesn't simply visit, she inhabits the space. When she arrives, she moves as if she owns every inch. Executives drop all tasks to align with her schedule. Design teams pause ongoing projects to present her prototype sketches. The cafeteria stocks her favorite foods from Iowa during extended visits. Recent viral footage shows her essentially halting normal operations. Employees stop their work to watch her tour the building, design teams crowd around as she reviews concepts, and the entire campus seems oriented around her presence. But this rise comes at a cost. Towering nearly 4 stories high on Court Avenue, one of Clark's Nike ads marks her dominance. Meanwhile, another star has started to fade. Aya Wilson, the 2-time MVP and powerhouse of women's basketball, has been quietly erased from Nike headquarters. Her posters disappeared overnight. Marketing materials featuring Wilson vanished without explanation. Conference rooms that once celebrated her achievements now highlight Clark's statistics and accomplishments instead. Instead, Nike employees confirmed internally that they received direct orders to replace all Aya Wilson materials with Caitlin Clark content. The areas Wilson once occupied now serve as extensions of Clark's growing empire. Wilson's former design consultation room has become Clark's private studio. Her promotional photo gallery has been transformed into a timeline celebrating Clark's achievements. Even Wilson's reserved parking spot has been reassigned to Clark's team. The building itself reflects Nike's shifting priorities. Every inch of the campus now belongs to Caitlin Clark, while Wilson's legacy is being systematically erased. This physical overhaul represents a much larger strategy unfolding behind closed doors. Nike has assembled an unprecedented lineup of celebrity partners for Clark's promotional campaigns. Travis Kelce appears in her commercials. His brother Jason films content with her during Indiana Fever games. Travis Scott designed exclusive Clark merchandise. These partnerships cost Nike millions, yet they highlight just how significant their investment in her brand has become. Industry veterans with decades of experience at Nike say they've never seen anything like this. One longtime employee remarked that the atmosphere recalls only one other era in company history: the early days of Michael Jordan's partnership. That comparison alone shows exactly how Nike perceives Caitlin Clark's potential. Meanwhile, the retail reality tells a starkly different story for Wilson. Walk into any major sporting goods store today, and her signature shoes are buried in clearance sections at humiliating prices. Foot Locker stocks them deep in discount racks. Dick's Sporting Goods move them to bargain bins at the back, where few customers venture. These shoes launched with massive fanfare only months ago, and Nike expected them to dominate women's basketball footwear. Instead, demand has collapsed. Wilson's signature line now carries price tags slashed by 50% or more. Even as a Nike signature athlete, her first shoe is struggling to move. Retail managers report that her products are among the worst-performing basketball footwear in recent memory. The shoes that were meant to transform women's basketball now gather dust next to discontinued models from players most fans have already forgotten. The numbers are equally devastating. Industry sources reveal that Wilson's sales fell far below projections, prompting Nike executives to question the business' sense of future releases. Her line generated less revenue in 6 months than a typical Nike basketball shoe does in 6 weeks. Millions were invested in her brand, only to see it crash in stores nationwide. Nike's response was swift and severe. All advertising support for Wilson was pulled weeks ago. Her commercials vanished from television without explanation. Social media promotions ceased entirely. The company redirected every marketing dollar away from her line. Her shoes now must sell without any promotional backing. Store employees report weekly instructions to discount Wilson's inventory, while regional managers clear floor space for upcoming releases. In some locations, her entire collection has been moved permanently to outlet sections. The contrast with Clark is stark. Her player-exclusive colorways dominate NBA courts before her signature shoe even launches. Stephen Curry wears her colors in games. Multiple professional athletes have requested special Clark-inspired editions. Her influence has reached the highest levels of basketball without a single pair being available for retail purchase. Conversely, no NBA player wears Wilson's shoes in games or practices, with the exception of her boyfriend Bam Adebayo. Players receiving free Wilson shoes through Nike partnerships still choose other models for competition. They have access but refuse to use them when it counts. The disparity between Clark's NBA presence and Wilson's invisibility speaks volumes about market appeal. One generates organic demand money cannot buy. The other cannot give her products away, even for free. Wilson's commercial failure created the perfect opportunity for Nike to pour every resource into Clark. Lessons learned from Wilson's struggles clarified the truth for Nike. Basketball skills alone no longer guarantee signature shoe success. The market has changed, and the company now recognizes without question who truly represents the future of the sport. Caitlin Clark is leading Nike's revolution. Recently, she appeared on the New Heights podcast with Travis and Jason Kelce, dropping revelations about her upcoming signature shoe that shook the sneaker world. She detailed Nike's most ambitious basketball footwear project ever attempted. The technology behind her 2026 release makes previous Nike innovations look basic in comparison. Clark spent 8 months working inside Nike's advanced research labs, testing dozens of prototype cushioning systems. Engineers built custom pressure sensors into test shoes to analyze her unique movement patterns. She personally reviewed every design element before approval. Her shooting form influenced weight distribution, and her cutting style shaped traction patterns. This wasn't a celebrity simply slapping her name on a product. It was high-level collaboration. On the podcast, Clark explained 18 months of refining exactly what she wanted from her shoe. The toughest challenge, she admitted, was balancing distinctiveness with comfort. She loves Kobe-inspired technology but refused to replicate existing designs. She wanted a shoe uniquely hers while meeting the elite performance standards she demands. The cushioning system uses materials never applied to basketball footwear before. Nike engineers developed responsive foam adapting to different court surfaces in real time. The midsole offers energy returns calibrated to Clark's style, with impact protection for deep three-pointers and sharp directional changes. Clark revealed that the technology is unlike anything Nike has ever applied to basketball shoes. While she kept the specific secret, she noted that the Chinese market even dissects shoes to study internal construction, a level of consumer engagement she found fascinating. Nike invested more in Clark's line than any women's basketball shoe in history. Her development budget exceeded Wilson's entire campaign by 3 times. R&D alone cost more than most athletes receive in total signature deals. Industry analysts predict her shoe could generate over $100 million in its first year. Pre-sale registrations already surpass Nike's most optimistic projections, and retailers report unprecedented demand. Clark's requests focused on modern basketball needs, specialized arch support, a collar designed for step-back shots, and a lacing system customized for her foot and pre-game routine. Every detail reflects her input. Sneaker insiders expect her line to sell out within minutes of launch. Midnight release events are planned, and resellers anticipate massive markups. Clark's hands-on approach impressed Nike leadership. She attended more design meetings than most NBA stars, requested expensive material upgrades, and saw them approved. These breakthroughs will influence Nike's basketball division for years. Meanwhile, jealousy and ego came into play. Wilson lost control when learning about Clark's budget shift, demanding emergency meetings and sending angry emails. Her behavior, including criticism without solutions, tardiness, and arguments on shoots, created a toxic environment. Sponsors began distancing themselves. Her public statements about race and attention disparities further complicated relationships, making companies wary. Clark, by contrast, collaborates enthusiastically, arrives early, offers constructive suggestions, and engages genuinely with fans. Nike staff actively request assignments on her campaigns. The difference became impossible to ignore. Clark's social media engagement dwarfs Wilson's across every platform. Fans receive personal responses, while Wilson's presence feels distant and corporate. Wilson's jealousy was evident in dismissive comments, questioning Clark's achievements and displaying bitterness that sponsors and teammates noticed. Nike executives observed this and grew uncomfortable, while other WNBA players distanced themselves. Wilson's misunderstanding of market value, expecting parity despite catastrophic sales, only highlighted the business lesson: brands value personality and collaboration as much as raw talent. Clark's takeover of Nike headquarters marks a seismic shift in women's basketball marketing. The company rebuilt the campus around her, redirected every resource toward her brand, developed revolutionary technology for her shoe, and positioned her as the face of women's basketball for the next decade. Her 2026 launch will cement her as the commercial queen of the sport. The innovations she helped create will influence Nike's basketball division for years. Clark's collaborative approach proves why companies invest in character over pure athleticism. Industry observers expect her success to reshape how brands approach women's basketball. Unlike Wilson, who assumed talent alone guaranteed success, Clark demonstrates charisma, authentic fan connections, and a collaborative mindset. She shows up early, works hard, treats people well, and delivers results, qualities now more valuable than scoring averages. The contrast between Clark and Wilson will be studied in sports marketing for years. One understood how to create value and build relationships. The other assumed entitlement. Nike's gamble on Clark appears increasingly brilliant. Pre-launch numbers exceed anything in women's basketball history. Her cultural impact transcends the sport. Celebrity partnerships expand her reach into new demographics. Clark represents the future Nike has been seeking since recognizing the commercial potential of women's basketball. The world is watching. Caitlin Clark isn't just changing shoes, she's changing the game, the market, and how influence is measured in sports. Yet as hype meets reality, the question remains: will this gamble pay off, or will the industry be forced to rethink everything it thought it knew about star power? The next chapter is unwritten, and every move could reshape the future of women's basketball forever.